Hello everyone, I've got a message for Floyd Money Mayweather. Boxing champion, has been unbeaten, and who in my mind is one of the best boxers ever to grace this planet in the modern era. Also, if you take a look back in the old era of Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, Jake LaMotta, Jack Dempsey, Mike Tyson, Pernell Street P. Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez, Roy Jones Jr. and many more, Floyd Mayweather ranks up there with all the greats. I'm making this video in particular to say one thing to Floyd which I disagree with, and that's he is the best ever. And by him saying that, I mean the best boxer ever on the planet. Floyd Money Mayweather has been one of my followers. I've been one of his followers for years, right back in the 80s when he was young as an amateur, and I used to watch his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr, and also his uncle Roger fight. His uncle Roger and his dad, they are legends to me, and I used to watch them fight. I watched Roger Mayweather against Sugar Ray Leonard. That was an epic battle, and you can see the problems he was giving Sugar Ray Leonard with his skills, but Sugar Ray is just a bit too skillful. And also Junior, Floyd Mayweather Jr. had an accident or some injury with his right hand. I could see he's not throwing that right hand properly, so I knew there's something wrong with his hand. So the result is inconclusive with him against Sugar Ray Leonard, but Sugar Ray won the fight. Roger Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Sr., you can see these guys are schooled champion boxers with great experience and amongst, in my opinion, the best trainers in the world. Just take a look at the result. Floyd Money Mayweather, a guy with absolute precision, boxing skills, ability, and the most important thing with me and Floyd that I really admire him for, this is above boxing skill, above anything else, and this is the reason why I think he's world champion, is his positive energy, his positivity, his positive thinking, his will to be a winner is what really impresses me. His skill is second to none. Precision is second to none. But let's get back onto the subject of where I rank Floyd in all-time greats of boxing. I'm going to start with the person who I rank in terms of all-round boxing skill, guts, skill, brains and guts. The person I rank all-time great for skill, brains and guts, fighting ability, hooks, taking a punch, overcoming political adversity, trouble, coming off the boxing scene because you're banned, dealing with that, coming back and dealing with very difficult opponents at the time, like George Foreman, Ken Norton in their prime, George Chuvalo in their prime, Cleveland Williams, the way he moved around Cleveland Williams with such speed and grace. I rank Muhammad Ali as the one-time best of all time. And I'm going to tell you why. Muhammad Ali is boxing, and what I mean by boxing, I mean by the skills, the way boxing has changed from the conventional hands high up, statue style boxing from the 60s and the 50s, the 40s, the conventional the way people used to box. Ali came out with this new kind of style of dropping the hands and a new kind of style like ballet dancers. You can see Purnell, Sweet Pea, Whittaker is following this style. Mayweather's got a bit of Muhammad Ali in him. Michael, second to none, has got Muhammad Ali in him. Even Roy Jones has got a bit of Muhammad Ali in him. And you take a look at, what's his name? A guy to spar with, Kirkland Lang, he's got a bit of Muhammad Ali in him. And look at Sugar Ray Leonard, he's got loads of Muhammad Ali in him. But what I like about Floyd is his precision and his tidiness and the boxing ability. He doesn't take many punches, but the caliber of fighters Ali fought then, in his time, I rank higher than the boxing of today. There's so much to talk about, so I'm going to try and be brief. Boxing in those days were 15 rounds. Prior to that, in the 20s, etc., it was 100 rounds. So you can imagine the fighters nowadays fighting 100 rounds. They could not do it. 15 rounds were the old championship fights. Now it's 12 rounds. And also fighters fought more frequently. So if you compare Floyd Mayweather, his fight schedule, against someone like Muhammad Ali's fight schedule or Sugar Ray Robinson's fight schedule, you cannot compare it. This is why it's hard to compare champions of the old time to now. But I say Muhammad Ali, with his skill, his flamboyancy, and like I do give Floyd respect for saying that it was because of Muhammad Ali and the great champions of the past is what paved the way for him to be champion now. But what I disagree with Floyd and what I didn't like is him disrespecting Muhammad Ali, saying, criticising the George Foreman fight, saying he laid on the ropes and took punches and tired the guy out and then popped him and Foreman gave in. Foreman did not give in. Foreman did not give in. Foreman was totally exhausted and beaten, not just for exhaustion of him punching Ali and Ali not, the punches not taking effect on Ali, but Ali punched him too. If you look at that fight, Floyd, which I'm sure you know, you see the blows which Ali took throughout that whole fight. The counter punches, the lay back, the short jabs, the right crosses, uppercuts. Foreman took a battering from Ali, a lot of punches. And this, combined with the heat, and Foreman can exhaust himself. Foreman exhausts himself on Ali all the time. This took a toll. And Ali, very smart, very clever. He used the tricks you use in your book, cleverness, to beat a big, strong, powerful man like George Foreman. George Foreman, remember, was taking everybody out. And what I rate Ali for is Ali was way past his prime. He was past his prime and had to really dig deep and train for this fight in Africa. And to pull out a performance like that, regain your world championship belt in that fashion, I rank as a serious high performance. The fight with Pacquiao today, in a few hours' time, Floyd, I hope you win the fight because I am a Floyd Mayweather fan. I did say in a few of the YouTube vlogs that I'm not going to watch your fights. I was annoyed with the Muhammad Ali slander you gave. But I know that you're such a confident person, and these things you say, like we are entitled to our own opinion, which is very true. We are entitled to our own opinion and should be able to voice our opinion of what we think. And me knowing you, a very positive fighter who's unbeaten for 18 to 19 years, I can see how you can think that you're the best. But this is just my opinion, right? Just give you my opinion. My opinion, the man behind there is the father of us all. We don't care how good we are. He is the daddy of boxing, the daddy of skill, brains and guts. And he's the one who paved the way for all of us to be where we are. Not just boxing, as a congressman, for racial equality. That's a big thing. He fought for us, for racial equality, so you can have the money you are earning now and fight, and you have the freedom and the way America is like now. Look at Obama, you've got a black president. It's not thought of in those days. Black people were segregated in different buses to white people, and you know, people should all live in harmony in one lot, in one group. But there's obviously people different than others, and you always have racism. That you will never stop racism. But with Floyd, I respect you for your record. It's unbelievable. I find the speed, the skill, And when I see you boxing, I see your dad, I see Floyd Mayweather Sr. there, and Roger. So I said, watch Roger. So I can see Roger Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather in you. I can see your dad in you. You see where Floyd Sr. moved. But what Floyd Jr. has done is improved it and taken it to the next level. But you got to remember, when your dad fought and Roger fought, the fighters were a lot tougher. You had Terry Norris. I know it's a highway, but Terry Norris, man, Sugar Ray Leonard in their prime, Julio Cesar Chavez, who I think is an incredible fighter. You take a look at Julio Cesar Chavez, man, his record. He's an incredible fighter. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, which I thought beat Chavez. I thought he beat Chavez, outboxed him. But you know about how boxing swings, it swings up and down, up and down. But I think if you beat Manny Pacquiao, I'll rank you higher than what I've ranked you. But I rank you high anyway. Despite the result of the Manny Pacquiao fight, Floyd Mayweather is definitely an all-time great. Look at the record, what he's done, and the consistency of wins, and the consistency, you know. So I think this fight of Pacquiao, he knows what to do. I ain't got to tell Floyd what to do. He knows what to do. He knows how to fight. You can't tell Floyd what to do. He's unbeaten. So what my opinion is going to be. But what I say to do is to outdo him on volume. If he comes in on you and he comes in those combination of punches, it's just to look. I can't tell you what to do, Floyd, because Floyd knows there's counter punch, there's sneak counters. When Manny comes in there, he comes in very fast, come from shortcuts. But this way, Manny's coming with southpaw. You see, Manny's going to come. Manny's coming with southpaw. And people don't realise in boxing, these guys are so fast that you make one mistake, you throw the jab out, and it's one mistake and it overcomes a counter. Counter hook. You throw an uppercut, they come with a left hook on your jaw. You've got to be so precise with body and movement covering, so precise. So I'm not angry with you, Floyd. I'm just annoyed with you putting Ali down, a man so great above us all, and criticising his fight with Foreman, and the fight also with what do you call it, Leon Spinks. Leon Spinks had 7 fights. He came at Ali and beat Ali. You know as well as us, as all of us, that sometimes you up and down. You don't know the mind of people, what they're going through. Ali's a very troubled person with all the political trouble he's been through, and I feel sorry for him, where he had to go through. They nicked his prime. 4 years of his prime stolen from him. 4 years. Imagine you had a short prison sentence, very short. Ali had 4 years. So imagine that taken away from you, you know? So you take that into consideration. Ali is the greatest of all time. Toughest chin of all time. Look at the Ali Frazier fight they fought. Ali Frazier. The first Ali Frazier fight, he should have never fought Frazier that soon. I think he fought what's his name? Jay Quarry. That's a tough fight for him. They come in, he beat Quarry. And they took Oscar Bonavena. Very tough fight. Caught Oscar Bonavena that punch in the 15th round. And then I don't know which fight was after, but he fought Frazier. Frazier was too fit, too ready for Ali at that stage. And Ali still gave Frazier a very, very difficult fight. Very difficult fight. Took a tremendous hook, left hook from Frazier. And you watch Ali, he got up straight away. He got off the ground straight away, which shows us the toughness of this man. Toughness. Just imagine, lightweight people can't even last, some of them can't last for 15 rounds of just boxing. And Ali dances for 15 rounds in some of his fights. In his prime, he can dance for 15 rounds from a huge volume of punches. So I hope the fight anyway goes well with Manny Pacquiao, and I hope both fighters come out unhurt, and I hope you enjoy your money you earn, because you deserve it, all the years of fighting. And I hope Pacquiao does well as well. I'm a Pacquiao man as well. I love Pacquiao, but Mayweather is my fighter. The style of Mayweather. This is a very difficult fight. I love Pacquiao. I love Pacquiao's personality. I love the way he gives money to his country, and so the way he carries himself. I love Mayweather. People knock Mayweather and say he's a horrible person and that, but Mayweather does give money to charity. He's a family man. I love that. I love the way he loves his children, because his father had problems with his father in prison, etc. But Mayweather's very positive and he looks after his children. And I like that. And a family man. All this stuff of him flashing money aside, that's all show. And people should stop criticising and hating on people and try to find out the real person, who they are, before they start mouthing it all the time, saying I hate this person, he's this, calling him gay, whatever, and all that crap. This I hate. I see it all on YouTube and social media. And yes, he does face a lot of racism now, extreme racism, which is a sad, because he does a lot for the boxing community and businesses. He provides money for taxi firms. You look at the MGM Grand. The MGM Grand is booked 4,000 places in that hotel. It's completely booked. All hotels. Tribute to Mayweather and Pacquiao. Cab services, you name it. Restaurants, they get more business from this. TV companies get business. And Floyd Mayweather employs people, and you can't call him racist. He employs a woman, a masseuse, who massages him around the gym, and she's white. So you can't call him racist at all. He's a very good person in that way. The only problem I find with Floyd is he's comparing this era of racism to Ali's era of racism. You cannot compare it in any way, because in Ali's direction, in Ali's era, it was a lot worse. Even though it's very direct in your face now, then it was a lot more direct, because there was segregation. They had signs saying no whites, no blacks in certain places. You can't get worse than that. He had an Olympic medal and he wasn't allowed to travel in the same bus, etc. So he just threw his medal over the river. So you can imagine the trouble. And the Ku Klux Klan was more prevalent in those days. And it's come a long way now, but it still has a long way to go. People have to learn to just forget about race and just look at people as people, try and coexist with each other and just move on. And I think boxing should bring people together and not cause fans to hate each other. You know, the nation I respect as a great nation of boxing are Mexican. Just like Floyd, Mexicans for some reason they produce superb fighters. You've got Julio Cesar Chavez. You've got the people like Manuel Marquez. You've got Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales. These are some super fighters. I don't know how they do it in Mexico, but Mexico always produce good fighters. Where, how they do it, I just don't know. It must be hunger. So Mexicans are one of the greatest fighters. Americans produce the best fighters too in America. We had Muhammad Ali, all the greats come from America, Joe Frazier, and look at Ken Norton. You know, Ali fought some really tough people. You imagine Ken Norton in his prime, okay, a prime Ken Norton, and he fighting Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes, he would have lost. But Larry Holmes fought Ken Norton when Ken Norton was well past his prime. Not taking any credit away from Larry Holmes, which I think is a really unbelievable boxer that needs to get his just due for his world champion. He's great. What I'm saying, with the Ali era, in Ali's time, he's the best. He's the one who created all the style. Ali took all the styles away from just this, bobbin weaving conventional statue style, and he took it to all this stuff, moving around. Ali changed the style of boxing, he changed it. Rubber-dope, Ali, he developed rubber-dope. Even Floyd Mayweather uses rubber-dope in some of his fights. I've seen cover-up in his fights, cover-up. He uses rubber-dope. Sugar Ray Leonard uses rubber-dope. You know, so remember, Ali is the greatest fighter of all time. Of all time. And you've got fighters like Rocky Marciano, the greatest record of all time. The greatest record of all time. And a tremendous fighter, power, strength. Because boxing is not just about your skill, it's about the other qualities you have: strength, ability to absorb a shot, ability to overcome adversity. A champion. So if Floyd Mayweather beats Pacquiao, although this shouldn't be the deciding factor in him being great, because he's already great in my mind, in my point of view. But this Pacquiao fight will rank him up there with one of the all-time. He'll be all-time great. And I want him to equal Rocky Marciano's record. I want Floyd Mayweather to equal the Rocky Marciano record. So that's what I've got to say, and good luck, Floyd. Good luck, and both of you, hope you come out the fight uninjured, and you both fighters are both well. That includes you and Manny Pacquiao. And thank you for this fight. And thanks for watching.